I watched the Mario movie today and I talked about it with some friends, but I think overall I enjoyed it. Even though I think that it's good, it's a good movie. I enjoy the performances. It's good, but there are a lot of things I don't like about it. I'll start by saying that I think Mario be n- can not sound like Mario and be a good Mario. Mario has been adapted story wise a good amount of times from the 1980 slash maybe 90 OVA that came out after the first Super Mario Brothers to the classic Super Mario Brothers movie that the live action one that everybody hates to this to I believe some other adaptations of Mario have happened. Not to mention countless infinite amounts that will continue to always be made, adaptations by fans. Um, Basically, Mario has been adapted, and Mario has been played by a myriad of people with a myriad of accents and funny voices and exaggerations. Um, Mario is a simple character. He is, at the end of the day, a very simple man. He has passions. He is simple minded, and that's the point. That's always been the point of Mario. He is the everyman. He is supposed to be a plumber, a not exceptionally amazing or handsomely dashing looking one. Um, but even then, at the end of the day, he somehow gets to save the world. He gets to save a beautiful princess from a big scary dragon. The Mario movie adapts this pretty well, I would say. Overall, it it gets the point across. Mario is the guy. He saves Princess Peach and saves her kingdom and saves Luigi and beats Bowser. It touches on this well, but I think the movie fails at its arguably strongest need, which is adapting the classical, iconic, and I would even say bordering on religious imagery of Mario. Mario isn't just a guy we know of. He's a guy we've really known for 40 years as a species of humanity. Um, he is a man to which we've seen adventure time and time again, to whose goals are very clear, even though he never speaks words. He's a silent protagonist, but one that we've basically heard him talk a million words. Um, and these stories have always just been essentially told by images, by scenes, you know, Mario running sideways and bouncing on blocks and Koopas and Goombas, um, him jumping over barrels over Donkey Kong, him trying to get the axe to cut Bowser off and let him fall. These images are truly like iconic. That is the word to them, iconic. And I just don't feel like they adapted them properly into the film. Um, a lot of them were relegated to slight nods and references. It's still insane to me that even though we've taken the leap and had the cojones to be like, yeah, Mario's in New York or whatever. It's the real New York. It's the actual New York, IRL with all the intricacies of New York. We somehow don't adapt the deifiedly iconic imagery of Donkey Kong throwing barrels at Mario in New York City. Um, it's an imagery so strong that it was stolen from one of the most iconic scenes in any film, which is King Kong in the Empire State's Building. That's the main inspiration for it, and for it to be relocated to this weird thing, this weird like nebulous idea of like Mario fights Donkey Kong, I guess, and he throws one barrel, I guess, or two or something like that. It feels weird. It feels weird and disrespectful and almost like you don't really know what you're adapting. Um, Same with Bowser, Bowser's really fun in the movie. I like him. I like Jack Black. He's funny. But you know, apart from like Bowser being getting the wedding hat and stuff like that, is this really Bowser? Do we ever get the classic scene of Mario in the bridge fighting Bowser? There's something beautiful about that, isn't there? you're here at the end, close to what you want, and yet the most dangerous thing is at the very edge, just just trepidatiously keeping you away from the ending, from this violent ending of grabbing a hatchet and breaking a bridge. It's almost, yeah, it's it's Beowulfian. It feels like weirdly epic, weirdly manly. It is Mario breaking that sort of everyman curse, or that sort of everyman persona, and sort of having a moment of pure manliness, not just stomping on little Goombas and Koopas, but just taking a hatchet and cutting off a bridge to fucking let a dragon fall in lava. It's something crazy, but the imagery is just not there in the film. Instead, we go to New York and we have a really fun and exciting fight, where they get the Power Star and kick Bowser in the face or something. And it's fun and it's cool. And Luigi shields from fire with a New York thing, with a pothole, manhole, pot thing. Um, yeah, it's a fun film. It's full of fun things, but it just doesn't care to capture the imagery, the actual story that is Mario, that well, most of us have played through, and sort of have those strong connections to. I think there are points where the movie does touch on it, mainly the training scene. It is basically a nod to the audience, of many shared images of failing at Mario. You know, um, most people have played Mario that are gonna see this movie in some way, shape, or form. And if you're playing Mario, you're gonna be bad at it at first. There's gonna be a platform that you think you can jump into or jump at, and it's gonna move, and it's gonna like troll you essentially. Um, in many ways, this is the essence of Mario. So much so that the second Mario game, Super Mario, well, not the second Mario game, but the second Super Mario Bros. Game, is known to be a troll game. It's known as just like a bad troll game that people hate because it takes the joke too far. But they don't get to see that like the joke was always there. It's just kind in the first Mario game, whereas the second Mario game is kind of rude about it. But the essence is still there very strongly. What I'm trying to say is the movie was fine. It was colorful. It was fun, but I really wish it adapted those experiences that we we've all played through in Mario, because that would truly be the definitive, adaptation of it into film, if it were to do that. But as of right now, it just doesn't. It just doesn't do that. And even though I like the OVA a lot, I haven't seen the live action movie, but I can't imagine it's much better than this. Though I like the OVA, and even though I think this is like a fun movie, um, it's just not. It's just not the needed canonical film for Mario. Um, yeah, it's just not. It's just a movie about the brand of Mario, and I care about it a bit more than just the brand.